Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the very first time, my name is Abigail Oluchimi, and on this channel I talk about faith, motherhood, and everything good in between. And if you've been an OG on this channel, thank you for sticking with me. Today it's another beautiful day to talk about something that is very crucial, something most people do not like to talk about, something that most mothers decide to keep to themselves. I want to share with you something I never thought I would experience, and that is postpartum depression. I'm going to share with you how I went into it, what happened along the way, how God and loved community were able to help me to get out of that situation. If you're a new mom that is struggling, or you're just curious, you just want to know, you just want to have knowledge about how this thing works, then this is the video you want to watch. I want you to sit back, relax, and let me share my experience with you. It's no longer a news that I gave birth to my son on the 16th of February 2023. And what I thought is going to be a normal motherhood journey is just like changing diapers, having less sleep, being stressed due to one or two things that you have to do as a mother. But do not forget the fact that I just moved into the United Kingdom. There's no village here. I mean, where you have your aunts, your mom, your mother-in-law, your neighbors, everybody just come around to help you at that newborn phase. Who had a cesarean section, so everything just come together new in a country, no village to help, having a C-section and having to deal with a newborn in a new environment with its own weather. You know how all this is. While we were in the hospital, I noticed that when us put the baby in the cot, he was just crying. And anytime I carry him, he's calm, he's cool, or anybody just have him carried, it's cool. So I just thought not to stress myself due to my cot, standing up, putting the baby down, standing up again after any bit of cramp. Let me just have him put on my chest. You know that skin to skin bond, they will even advise you in the hospital to have. Even when the midwives come around, they'll tell me put the baby down. I put him down, he was crying. The nurses tried everything they could. They gave him a cardigan, maybe it was cold, they gave him everything, but I was able to wing it out of the hospital. And when we got home, anytime I have him put on the bed and he's not having any contact with anybody, he begins to cry, he begins to shake, he begins to burp and pour everything out of his mouth back to me. This got me very scared because remember, I'm a new mom in a new environment. I knew nothing about this thing. All I just did was I had to always carry him around. And this actually led to 3 months, 3 good months, morning, afternoon, and night, that my baby will have to sleep on my chest. Yes, you heard me right. For 3 good months, my baby did not sleep on any bed, any cots, anywhere except my chest or his daddy's chest. And because his daddy always go to work, I will just allow him to be, I'll be the one to carry him. The mattress I was using at the time as the evidence, because I have to sit upright, something like this. I have to sit like this, rest my back with pillows, with different things on my back, and have him laid on my chest so that he can feel comfortable even in the middle of the night. And the place I was sitting all through for that 3 months actually went down. The evidence is still there in my room. It was actually a lot for me at the time, and this actually led to me just crying. I was just overwhelmed. I was tired. I was not having good sleep. I was not having proper sleep. I was just in my own world. And in the midst of all this drama, I realized I had mastitis. One of my breasts became swollen, became very, very painful. I remember that I cried every single night in serious pain. Do not forget I still have to carry my baby on my chest even during this pain. I actually called the NHS 111. They prescribed an antibiotics for me to take, and I went to the pharmacy, I took it, and I think day 2 or 3, something miraculous happened. I remember I was the only one in the house together with my son. My husband has gone to a night shift. I just felt I needed to ease myself, so I stood up from the bed. Immediately my leg touched the ground. I realized that something poured on my body. And I just felt, oh, my baby's nappy is wet. Let me just go and ease myself first. I just felt that this thing is sticky. What's this? I have a mirror in my bathroom. So the moment I walked into the bedroom, I felt another thing on my leg, like a paw or so on my leg. I was like, what is this? So I rushed to the mirror to see what was happening. Lo and behold, my people, my breast just got busted. One of my breasts literally got busted, like a balloon would burst. Exactly. And I have all the breast milk pouring out from the side. At this point, I do not know what to do. I was alone, like I said, together with less than 2-month-old baby. I actually have a video evidence of it, but I will not be sharing it. I had to put a container under my breast so that this thing will not just mess up the ground. I was not pressing my breast. The whole thing was not doing. I did a little bit of clean up, still having my baby carried on my hand. I had a clean up and I put in some cotton pad. We have some little dressing in the house and I just dressed the wound, cover it. So I was okay for the night. I took some pain relief and I just had to take care of the child because he had started crying. I fed him and everything. And the moment my husband came in the morning and I had to show him this, he was scared. He was like, what is this? I said, I don't know. And he said, have you called the NHS? I said, no, I'm still taking the antibiotics. So I believe it was the antibiotics that caused this thing. So this morning, the NHS do not know what happened. I continued with the antibiotics. I finished the antibiotics and I started taking just pain relief. I was treating the wound until it got healed from inside out. Yes, it got healed from inside out. And after every of this thing, guys, that was how I slipped into depression. I felt this was too much for me. What exactly is this? To have a child, why is it this stressful? Why is it this painful? Why am I experiencing this? Why do I have to pass through this pain because I have to take care of a child? And every day, as always, I always have to cry. I cried and cried and cried, and at a point I had to call my husband. I have so many things going on that the whole world is all on my shoulder and nobody could understand. I felt like so many things is going wrong with me. I am losing it. I am losing my mind. I am losing my self-esteem. I am losing everything. Every core of my existence is in doubt at this point. And I just asked him to sit and listen to me. And he actually sat down and I was pouring out my mind. In the process of pouring out my mind, trust me, it was in between tears. I told him, I don't want to hear anything from you. Don't talk, don't say anything, just allow me to rant. I poured out my heart. I was like, why is it that two people will have a child and it's only the woman that will experience this thing? Why is it that I am experiencing the other side of motherhood? Why is it that my own is different from what others are facing? Why is it that I just have a child, just one child, and this like the whole world is crumbling on my shoulders? I said so many things to my husband that very day. I even went ahead to say, I do not think I want to be a mother any longer. I wish I can just open my eyes in the morning and realize that my son has grown up and I don't have to go through this phase. So many things came out of my mouth that very day. While I was sharing it, I realized that my husband also got emotional, saying everything. My husband just held my hand and the only thing he could say to me is that we are in this together, and that's gave me some kind of relief. It gave me some kind of, you are not alone. It gave me some kind of, I think somebody can relate to what I'm saying. And I thought that would be the end, guys, but no. That was the beginning. I know that if I pray about this thing, I'm going to have a solution. I know that the Lord is going to hear me. But listen, I was in my weakest moment. I was in my darkest moment. I cannot even utter a word of prayer. I cannot even say, God help me. I cannot even say anything. And every day it becomes deeper and deeper. I was just surviving. I'm just waking up in a day and I realized that, oh, I slept. And when I wake up the second morning, like, oh, I am awake today. That is the way I was actually living my life. So one day I felt the urge and I felt the strength at the same time to pray. And I just carried him. I went to a corner in my room and I lifted him up to God. And what I said is that, God, you gave me this child. You need to give me a sound mind, a sane mind to take care of this child. I cannot take care of this child the way I am in my lowest moment. Means if I need somebody to take care of me. So you need to give me a sound mind, a sane mind to be able to take care of this child. Those were the words I said. Literally, that was what I said. It was more like a communication. I was crying and I was sharing this. I also have a video evidence of this because I believe in keeping memories. I believe in keeping things that you will look back to say this is how God has helped me. And I kept on crying. I think that lasted for like 15 minutes. And that was what helped me out of the bulk of the depression. Note, the depression did not leave like that, no. But it helped me. Like I felt some kind of relief more than what I felt when I had discussion with my husband. I felt like it's not myself and my husband any longer. I have the host of angels with me. Second day, the mood was trying to creep in. And I don't know where the strength came from. I shouted in my room that, Satan, not today. Mba, not today. I am not in for this drama. I am not in for this thing. I am going to be happy. I am going to be joyous. I remember that I had a very nice long shower that very day. I lay down in my bath. I enjoyed myself. I made a good meal. I made up and I was so relieved. But a part of it is still left, don't forget. And I know this is what I have to work out myself. So I started going for work in the evening. As God will have it, that was the time my mother-in-law came. I got a job and I was happy in my job. I started a prayer walk. I'll go out in the evening to pray, to praise God, to talk to God. And guys, that was how the whole thing became more better and better and better every day. Up to this present moment, I know that I am free from postpartum depression. Not only that, from any form of depression whatsoever. I am sharing this for a struggling mom or for a new mom. These are the signs that you might experience. Number one is that feeling numb. You're not joyful. You're not happy. There's no iota of happiness that comes from you. Especially that you just have a child. You're not just happy. You're just feeling numb about it. You're crying without understanding why. You're just crying. Everything around you is just making you emotional. Everything around you, you're just crying. If they ask you why are you crying, you don't know. Constantly having anxiety of something that might happen. What if? That during my time is, what if this boy just not wake up the second day? What if I did not just wake up the second day? How will my husband take care of my child? What if I lose this child? How am I going to take care of myself? Am I going to forgive myself? So many things about that. You continue to have constant anxiety about something that might happen, something that might go wrong, feeling like you're failing even when you're trying your best. During that time, I felt I was not a good mom. Every other child will sleep in their cot. Why is my own sleeping on my chest? Feeling like, am I sure I'm a good mom? Am I sure I'm going to be a good mother? Am I sure I'm going to do this? But listen and listen good. You are trying your best. I will pause here to say this. If you are feeling this way, any of the things I have listed, you are not a bad mom. You are a good mom. You are a great mom. It actually just means that you are human and you need support. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, you need that support, and get support as much as you can. Please. To be honest with Christian community, church, and family members, we need to talk more about postpartum depression. It can happen to anyone, and it is not a spiritual weakness. This is a real battle. A battle for your mind, a battle for your soul. It is a real battle, and it is going to slip into your physical body. Friends and families, this is for you. When you have a friend that just gives birth to a child, stop calling them to ask about the child. Stop it. It is not good. It is not healthy. Stop. Some of you will just call and be like, hello, how are you? Oh, how is the child doing? Has the child eaten? Has the child had his bath? Has the child? And everything will just turn to be about the child. No, don't do that. I want you from this moment, from watching this video, to start asking about the mother's welfare, to start asking about the mother. Leave the child will be fine. It's when the mother is fine that the child will be fine. Don't forget. And don't go to a new mom's house and go and overwhelm her with your own problem. She needs your help. Not your help only to come and cook. With the words you say, with the way you help her around, with the way you encourage her. Just talk to her. You can invite her to activities. You can invite her to places just to keep her happy and keep her alive. The child will be fine. And if at all she decides to talk to you, don't just say, oh, well, you will be fine. No. Her feelings are valid. Listen to her. Tell her you are in it together. Help her as much as you can. Talk to her. Call on her to check about how she's doing. Don't just underestimate whatever it is that she's feeling. Me, myself, that is not the time for you to start explaining how you also experienced it. Listen, that is what she wants. And I pray you be that person that is going to help a new mom or a struggling mom out of that depression. This is to the new mom struggling. At times you feel like a fog. You feel like you can never be like yourself again. You feel like, are you sure you're going to overcome this? You will overcome it. You will become yourself again. You will be better than who you used to be even before you have your child. All I need from you is to talk to someone. Talk to people. Relate with truth. Slowly. It's not going to be an immediate thing. It's a slow process. It's just a process. It doesn't define who you are. You can go for outing. You can go for activity. Don't let anybody guilt trip you that you just give birth and you're walking around and you're going to parties. If party is what is going to help you out of that stage, go to parties, for anything you feel is going to make you feel better, and leave the baby at home with somebody with trusted hands, please. And you will see that gradually, don't be guilt trip. Don't feel you are not a good mom because you're going for an event to make you feel better. It's when you are better that the baby will be better. Don't forget that. You cannot pour out from an empty bottle, from an empty vessel. You only pour out when you are filled. So be aware of that. And this is to my son. If peradventure you get to watch this video, I want you to know that I fought very hard to be sane for you, to be whole for you. And even when it was hard, I will still choose to be your mom every single time. Son, remember that I love you. If this video has helped you, please do not forget to like, comment, and share. Let's stop being silent about postpartum depression, because this thing is real. And to every mom watching this, do not forget that you are not alone. You are not forgotten. God sees you. God cares about you. And He cares about every part of your journey. Even the messy parts. Even the parts where you are weak. He is so much interested in it. He will carry you, just like He carried me and many other mothers. Till I come your way again, guys, do not forget that God loves you, and so do I. I will see you in my next video. Bye.